Did any of you notice that on the same day the Dangote Refineries is launching its petrol, on that same day, NNPC was busy secretly increasing the pump price of petrol? Did anybody notice? Was it just a coincidence? Or was it premeditated? Was it pre-planned? Now, my religion tells me that we should rejoice with those who rejoice, celebrate with those who celebrate. So I celebrate with Dangote, or at least I tried. Well, how am I supposed to rejoice when on the same day that that's supposed to be good news, NNPC decides to drop a sledgehammer on Nigerians? How are we supposed to rejoice now? I said it before, Dangote Refineries. Who does it belong to? Who owns Dangote Refineries? Who really benefits from Dangote Refineries? Who are the shareholders of Dangote Refineries? Dangote Refineries is not for you, Nigerians. It is not. Many of you make the mistake of saying, oh, it is our own. It's a Nigerian that did it. Dangote Refineries is not for you. When Dangote Refineries makes maximum profits, like they're going to make now, since they have been assisted to increase the pump price of petrol, when they make those profits, are they going to give it back to Nigerians? Since Dangote is our own. Your answer is as good as mine. I try to rejoice. But every time I try to say, congratulations, Mr. Dangote, for Dangote Refineries, finally. Coming out with their own petrol, I remember that the price of petrol has increased to 1,000 naira per litre. In fact, the way NNPC increased this price of fuel is even very, very insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians, because they say 855. 855 is just in places like Lagos and maybe Port Harcourt. Way higher than that at NNPC's own filling station in places like Abuja and farther up. 918, 920. They just increase it without telling anybody. And then they expect us to rejoice that Dangote is launching petrol in his refineries. How am I supposed to do that? How are Nigerians supposed to do that? Can you see now that there is no difference, absolutely no difference, between NNPC importing the fuel from the refineries abroad and NNPC getting fuel from Dangote refineries? Absolutely no difference. Or is there a difference? If there is, let me know. For me, I don't have an issue with Dangote refineries. I just want our Nigeria, our country, to work. The only thing that should make any Nigerian rejoice that we have a refinery is when our state-owned refineries are working. So now, all those who have been screaming, the pastors, the lawyers, the journalists, the politicians, the traditional rulers, the celebrities, all those who have been screaming and pushing Dangote's propaganda that somebody somewhere was trying to sabotage Dangote. Now that Dangote has finally come out with their petrol, can we now turn that energy to face this Tinubu administration to say, give us our refineries? Can we now do that? The silence of the elders is loud. and annoying and disappointing at the same time. In 2012, we had the elders come out. They led protests. But in 2024, the elders are hiding. Even when youth decided to do their end bad governance protest, no support from the elders, no support. Whether traditional leaders, whether religious leaders, whether political leaders, entertainment leaders, education leaders, media leaders, no support. Now the same youths are being charged with treason and plotting coup to overthrow Tinubu. Talk about bringing a sledgehammer to kill a fly, or bringing a machine gun to a stick fight. What are they trying to do? Break the spirit of the Nigerian youth? Break the spirit of the Nigerian so they don't come out again to protest, to register their grievances, their disappointment, their displeasure with a government that implements policies that are satanic, that are inimical to the welfare of the people, the welfare and security of the people. Is that what they're trying to do? And while they're trying to do all this, all the elders are silent. Do we still have elders in this country? Religious, traditional, political, entertainment? Do we still have them? The Yoruba say, Agba ki n wa lọ́jà kó rí ọmọ tuntun wọ́. Do we still have Agba in this country? Where are the Oyedepos? Where are the Adeboyes? Where are the sheikhs? Where are the celebrities? Where are the traditional rulers? Where are they? Why are they silent? Can't they feel or share the pain of the Nigerian people? Why are they silent? Now it is clear to me that the salvation of Nigeria is in the hands of the youths. It is in the hands of the ordinary man. They have increased price of petrol to effectively 1,000 naira. Officially. Who's going to suffer? Before they said it was the rich that would suffer. But is that what we saw? Now, inflation is going to be on overdrive again. And what you will have is that the purchasing power of people that were already traumatized, that purchasing power is going to be reduced even further. So people who have monies in their account, the money becomes useless because there's only so much, so little it can buy. Everybody is now selfish, just looking for a way to benefit from this corruption that is prevalent in this Tinubu administration. Everybody is just quiet, looking for how to benefit, looking for how to get contracts. And so they cannot talk because their mouth is stuffed with corruption. Alas, Obasanjo was right. Just like they do in the National Assembly, where their mouths are stuffed with corruption that they can't talk, they have done it round to pastors, to imams, to celebrities, to traditional rulers. They have gone round in a classic move to divide and conquer us and to capture our elders and hence capture the state. So they have achieved two things. They have captured the state. They have captured the minds of the youth because the elders serve them that purpose. It is clear to me now that the salvation of Nigeria is in the hands of the youths. It's in the hands of the youths. Why are our elders afraid to speak up? Why? Is it because one tije dodo one le so dodo mo? Is that why? Their mouths have become stuffed with corruption? Instead of speaking out, they are busy being agents of distractions, agents to capture our minds, diverting our attention to pray to God, diverting our attention to be singing and dancing, diverting our attention that, oh, our culture, our tradition, when they're supposed to be speaking for us, they wouldn't even speak. And that is bad enough. But right now, they won't even let us speak because they're busy diverting our attention. God will do it. God will do what? In Matthew 6:33, it says, take no thought for what ye shall drink, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall wear. For God knows that you have need of these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these things shall follow you. What does that mean? It is not for you to be praying for food. Anybody who prays for food is not a believer. It is not for you to be praying for food. It's for you to be seeking how your country can be better. It is not for you to now go to church and go and serve a particular church. That's not what that verse means. It says that seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and Jesus Christ came later to say the kingdom of God is in you. Is on you, is upon you. The kingdom of God is around you. And then he went on to say, I saw a new Jerusalem come down. Meaning, the kingdom of God is in your country where you stay. So seek ye first the development of your country. When you do that, food and all those things will follow you. And that simply means that don't worry about those things. It is the responsibility of your government to put those things in place. When you seek its development, the government is supposed to put those things in place. It is not prayer. So don't let anybody tell you it's a spiritual problem. It is not. It's a problem of leadership. And the same religious leaders who are supposed to guide us, who are supposed to guide us in the path of truth, are guiding us away in the path of fake hope that God will do it. They build in us a certain greed and selfishness. A certain greed and selfishness to the extent that so far as it is better for us, it doesn't matter if the remainder of Nigerians are dying of hunger and poverty. I can come and give testimony. If you have that kind of mindset, my brother, my sister, you need deliverance. You need deliverance. That is not prosperity. That is not testimony you're giving. That is just exposing your greed and your selfishness. You are happy. The country can be going down, but so far as it's doing well for you, you say, oh, your own is Goshen, the rest is Egypt. That is satanic. Oh, you need deliverance. It is clear to me now that the salvation of Nigeria rests in the hands of the youth because the elders have failed us. Think about it. Those who have been in power, whatever the power, political power, religious power, traditional power, entertainment power, sports power, media power, education power, these 7 areas, those who have been in power for the past 60 years are the same ones who are in power. So we can blame them for the state of affairs of the country. And so, can we expect them to be the ones to change it? Those who are benefiting from a system can never be part of those who will fix the system. They can never be. It is up to you, it is up to me to fix this system. Are you ready to do it? The increase in pump price of petrol is effectively 1,300. I've been screaming this for months now. When they started with the story of fuel subsidy is back, I told you there's no fuel subsidy. And it's not just me saying it. You heard so many well-meaning Nigerians have said the same thing. But it just so happens that whenever the people who say the truth comes, their voices are drowned. Their voices are drowned. The pastors who are supposed to be, the imams who are supposed to be speakers of truth, their mouths are sealed. The celebrities, they're just after their own money. The traditionalists, just give them Range Rover or Land Cruiser and some money. They don't care anymore. It is clear to me now that the development of Nigeria is not in the hands of the elders. It's in the hands of the youths. Are we ready for it? Many people look at this and they begin to make statements of despair, statements of lost hope, that Nigeria is gone. Oh, there was a country. Oh, divide Nigeria now. No. When I see this, I am fired up the more. Nigeria, there is hope. Despite all the attempts of Tinubu to give us hopelessness, we have hope. We will find a way. We'll find ways to make it from now to 2027. And then when we get to 2027, we will change all of them. And I'm not talking about getting power for power's sake. Because now we hear that Peter Obi is in talks with NNPP, with PDP, Labour Party, trying to form a merger. I am not for mergers. Because mergers exist only for the sake of grabbing power. It is the same people who have been in the system that have been recycled continuously that are still going to run the merger. So the idea of merger, Peter Obi talking with this, for me, is DOA, dead on arrival. I am not for it. Because mergers only exist for the purpose of seizing power. After they seize power, like APC seized power through their own mergers, what do you think will happen? Since it is the same people running the show, the rubbish will continue. So I am not interested in merger for merger's sake. I'm interested in a new political party founded on clearly stated ideologies with clearly stated punishments for members who breach those ideologies. That is the only way that we salvage or save Nigeria. That's the only way. Say you want to do this merger with them, waste of time. Oh. It will just be more of the same. A change of guards. No. A change of corrupt guards. That's all. If it's merger for the sake of grabbing power, then it will just be that we are changing those who are looting Nigeria. That's all. Because in the merger, you have the same old politicians. The Atikus them. They're going to be in the merger. So I'm not for merger at all. I'm not for any of the elders, the so-called elite, unless they are all going to step down. Leave the scene for credible youths to take over. I'm not for merger. It is another distraction mechanism to keep us talking. It's a distraction mechanism to keep us talking. Before you know it, it's 2026. Before you know it, there's no time again. We must avoid it. We must avoid it. We must avoid it. What we need right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, if the merger happens, it will still be run by the same people, and not just run by the same people, run by the same system, a system whereby it is the big money bags that will be in control of it. The merger will still exist. When you want to buy nomination form, they will still charge exorbitant fares, exorbitant fees that the common man cannot afford. So at the end of the day, it is people who have benefited from corruption in one way or the other that will still be able to buy forms. So that way, the system that continues to disenfranchise and continue to chase away credible Nigerians from being thrown up for elective position, that system will continue even in the merger. So if we are going to have it differently, if we are going to have a crop of leaders that will take Nigeria from the downward trend it is currently on, downward trend, and put Nigeria on the path of progress and abundance, We need to form a new political party with clearly stated ideologies. I will talk about that in details. Many people come and say, oh, if you form this your new political party and they say they win, what about judiciary? Look, I believe that we have over-glorified this judiciary self. We have over-glorified them. And I have my reasons. I'll talk about it in a separate video. But we can handle judiciary. When darkness exists, all you need to do is shine light on it. I won't say more than that for now. All we need to do is shine light. I'll end on this. How am I supposed to rejoice that Dangote Refineries is coming out, pumping out fuel into the Nigerian market now, when on the same day it's launching its petrol, NNPC decides that that is the best day to increase the pump price of the same petrol. And on the same vein, they say they are going to be the sole buyer of Dangote Refinery's petrol. And they are coming up with an arrangement to continue a subsidy regime with Dangote that is having a refinery in Nigeria and is getting Nigeria's crude oil cheap and in Naira. They are still discussing how they are going to pay subsidy to Dangote for Dangote's refineries, petrol, and how to become the sole buyer, because NNPC has to be the sole importer of PMS in Nigeria. What a shame. We will not give up, no matter how hard you try. We'll keep pushing because we know Victoria and Sata. Click the link in the description. Join us. Let us take back this country. Join Abundance Party. Join the Obedient Movement. Join us. These two, they are critical to taking back Nigeria.